short walk. It's nice weather. Wear sunglasses next time. Today's 15 December, 1 month exactly after I have been discharged from the hospital. This is how my scar looks like now, 1 month after the operation, and I'm having breakfast at home. So much nicer than the first morning when I was struggling with the breakfast at the hospital. See you later. Today is finally a sunny day. Look, today is Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunny day.
Sunny Sunday, finally.
Yeah.
After weeks of grey weather.
Hi, this is Alice. In today's video, I will provide a short summary of the first month of my recovery after the ACDF surgery. I am going to describe to you what has happened. So I will first talk about my experience in the hospital, the first night, and then followed by after discharge from the hospital, and then the recovery process.
So today we are going for a walk finally. In the last 5 weeks since discharge from the hospital, after the operation, this is probably only the fifth or sixth time that we were out.
Yes.
Because the weather hasn't been good, and this is one opportunity on a Sunday afternoon around 12 now that it is sunny, and today is the only day of the week that is going to be sunny, so we have to come out for a walk. We were told that walking regularly is a good way for recovery, so that's why now we have to come for a walk. I will give a summary of how I felt within the first few weeks post-operation. The first week was terrible. Actually, the first night at the hospital was a terrible night. There was a lot of pain. I had to ring the bell for the nurses to come for more pain medication. But in the end, I realized that at the hospital, they were only just giving me paracetamol. I don't know how strong paracetamol they were giving me on the drip actually, but that was the only thing that I got at the hospital the first night. We're going to attempt to get up there, okay?
We're going to attempt climbing the mountain. The mountain there.
For someone post-surgery, 4 weeks is
the mountain.
is the mountain, yes.
We're going to go to the mountain.
Not the steep slope. I'm going to take the stairway.
Yeah, I also did.
Yeah, nice view. Huh? We started from there. We walked through that barn door festival hall, whatever it is, and we walk here through here. Instead of taking this muddy slope, we took the stairs up very slowly and carefully, because for me, I have to be very careful. The first day when I was admitted to the hospital on the 14th November, everything went very, very quickly. My appointment on the 14th November was scheduled at 7 a.m. So we left home at around 6 in the morning, just to make sure and factor in that we don't get stuck in some traffic or whatever, since it was a Tuesday. Everything went very quickly. There was no traffic obviously at that hour. We arrived, did the administration procedures. I was given the direction to go up to the room where I was supposed to be. So we went up to the place and found a nurse there, asked the nurse. We were standing right in front of the room where I have to be by chance. So the nurse was actually outside the room preparing, and we were there. So yeah, immediately I was given a gown, the pre-surgery gown to change into, and then I also had to wear compression stocking. I was given a pair of compression stocking which I had to change into and put it on. After all the meddling, it was about say 7:30. Then it was really quick. I had to lay down in bed and wait for the nurse to do something. What was it? Did she had to do something on my hand for the drip and to prepare for the operation? So it all went so quickly. By 7:45, the nurse was ready to push me to the operating room. We were quite surprised, but anyway, when it was scheduled, we were already told that I would be the first patient for the operation on that day. So it went very quickly. By 7:55, they already pushed me to the outside of the operating room waiting. I could see them preparing. The doctor came and several nurses were in there. No time they pushed me in. So probably it was exactly 8 o'clock. I was already inside the operating room. In fact, it was really strange. They pushed my bed to right next to the operating bed that I had to be. I had to move from my hospital bed to the operating bed by myself. Okay, so I moved over. Then the nurses were all busy around me, setting up things. No one actually talked to me. Very quickly, I was gone completely. I didn't know what happened anymore. And then the next thing when I woke up was already post-surgery, looking very strange, didn't know where I was, and a little bit drowsy, in fact quite drowsy. And then I saw a nurse. I asked the nurse what time it was, and she told me that it was 11:30 a.m. So it was from 8 o'clock until 11:30 a.m. I woke up, but I was still very drowsy, so I think I went back to sleep. And then the second round, when I woke up, I asked the nurse again because I couldn't see any clock around me. I was still in a waiting room, not in my own hospital room yet. She told me that it's 12:30. So I actually went back to sleep for another hour. And then she told me that, okay, she will push me back into my hospital room. So that was it. So 12:30, so she pushed me back to the hospital room, and my husband came around that time as well. I was still extremely drowsy, so I fell asleep again until about 3 o'clock. Until about 3 o'clock, yeah. I start to feel more awake. I filmed a short clip to send to my family and friends to tell that everything was okay. You will see the clip here, so I will put in the clip.
All these things on top.
And the bell. That's my bell for emergency. And this. All the dangling stuff. So that was the first experience at the hospital on the day of the surgery. Just to continue from where I left off just now about the hospital experiences. I was discharged on the 15th November. So surgery was on 14 November. First patient to be operated. The first days, in fact, after the discharge from the hospital, the main pain was on the back of the neck and the shoulders. It was just impossible to lay down or sit down. It was extreme pain on the neck. And strangely enough, most people think that the pain is in the wound. This is the wound, how it looks now. The wound doesn't hurt at all, basically. It's only the neck and the shoulders. Coffee?
But do you want to eat something?
Have you a menu card?
Yeah, thank you.
So we're here having coffee. Coffee and pancake later. Cheers! Ah, this is what you normally get with the coffee. Yeah. Yay, this is my pancake.
Zit op, hè? Als we niet schieten, dan is het wat eten. What about my story? That is.
It's supposed to be like this. You wrap it up.
And I have it just simple.
Oh, nice. So basically, the first night at the hospital obviously was a lot of pain.
This is the first night I'm going to stay at the hospital. Should be fine. I hope I can discharge tomorrow. Good night.
The second day was also a lot of pain before I got discharged.
The nurse came to wake me up this morning to bring some medication. Yeah, I took one small pill first now, and then she brought this other pill that I have to take with breakfast. It is diphagam, just paracetamol, and the drip is also just paracetamol. Yeah. But during the night I had a few times pain waking up. The neck and the shoulder blades at the back really hurts. I hope that will be over soon. Yeah, catch up again later. I just brought my breakfast, and then I have to take this pill together with the breakfast later. This one. So I can't even get out of bed now after 24 hours already. It's terrible. This is how I'm going to eat my breakfast. Okay, I'll try and see how it works. This is my tree. I can only move around like this. Even I go to toilet, I have to bring this whole thing. That is the toilet bowl that they use on the bed for me. And I'm not allowed to use the toilet, or not allowed to get out of bed. And now I finally can get out, but I need to bring this whole thing together with this. Maybe hang here, then I can use the toilet. Yeah, finally. And I finally get to wash my face with a bit of soap. Yeah, Let's hope I can go home. Okay.
I was discharged from the hospital the second day in the afternoon. At home, I was basically taking regular medication, the basic paracetamol, 1 gram for 3 times a day. That is the prescribed medication for managing the pain. So I was doing that for the first few days at home, but the pain was almost unbearable the first few days, up to the first 5 days post-op. And the main pain is really on the back of my neck, the back of the neck here, and the shoulders. That's extremely pain. It's impossible to lay down in bed. Sleeping is really very, very challenging. I have difficulty turning, and even until today is already the 5th week since the operation, but I'm still struggling with sleeping. So the first week was the worst, I would say, and then gradually after a few days, it got better. During the day, the pain became much more manageable, and normally I'm supposed to move around as much as possible in a slow, controlled manner and build upon it slowly at a very small incremental pace. According to the instructions from the nurses at the hospital, I have to do the kind of activities like move around in the house, do simple things, do not carry heavy stuff at all, not even a bottle, 1 liter of water in it. That's too much. Climbing up and down the stairs are also not recommended, and if I really have to do it, I need to do it 1 step at a time to prevent shock to the cervical spine where the disc inserted into the disc space. That is what I have been doing, and also I need to change the sitting position. I should not sit or lay in the same position throughout the day for long periods of time. So it is necessary to move around in the house and sit at different locations. Yeah, that is kind of the minimum I should do within the first 2 weeks. I tried that and it gradually seemed to help. The first week was tough, but the second week onward, I started feeling that the pain became less during the day. Still with pain medication, paracetamol, and I also had to depend on codeine, paracetamol and codeine mixture before going to bed in the evening. At night is the most painful, and during the night I sometimes even have to wake up, get out of bed and take another dose of paracetamol. So that is a short summary of the first 2 weeks of experience post-operation. The 3rd week I started to feel much better. In fact, the pain during the day is much more manageable. I could survive the day with just 1 dose of paracetamol, 1 gram. But in the evening, before bedtime, I need to take diazepam, which is a kind of muscle relaxant. Because according to my doctor who discussed with the neurosurgeon, I was prescribed this muscle relaxant to help to relax the muscle a little bit before going to bed. So that kind of helped a little bit. I could sleep better during the night, although it's still very challenging when I have to turn around in bed. And of course, getting in and out of bed is still very challenging up till today. Other than that, during the day is quite okay. Like now, in a nice sunny Sunday afternoon, we can go out and have a walk. And we have been walking already for about an hour. We stopped for a pancake. We're still going to be walking around a little bit more. This is a nice sunny day, the one and only nice sunny day for the next coming 10 days or so, according to the weather forecast here in Belgium. So we're going to take advantage of that to be outside for a while, because it is always recommended that walking is the best for recovery after ACDF surgery. I'm trying my best to do. So far, we have only been outside for a few times since discharging from the hospital. Today, I'm feeling quite good. I only had one paracetamol this morning with breakfast, and the pain is not there. I don't feel any pain right now. It's only in the evening. In the evening, I will need to take another one with dinner, and then the muscle relaxant, and sometimes also a sleeping pill to help me get into sleep. Okay, so that is kind of the summary for now. This is progressing well as expected, I think. My appointment with the neurosurgeon is postponed actually. Normally it was scheduled on the 2nd of January for a post-operation review, but we will have to wait till the 15th January before I can meet him again and a review checkup of the success of my ACDF surgery. I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hope that I get good news and that I feel better by then. Today is the 17th of December, so I still have close to a month to wait for the final verdict. It seems like it's progressing in the right direction. I have good faith. I'm trying to have a positive mindset to think that I should recover very soon and that I can continue to make videos like this. That's it for today then. Thank you so much for your patience and your support, and I hope to see you all again in my next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.